What's up, everybody? It's me, Tim Keys, and I want to talk about some of these Black Friday slash Cyber Monday deals because God knows there's a whole bunch of promos out here right now because this is that time where people are trying to get your money and sell you something. And right now, in my opinion, is not a better time to buy than right now. So let's get into it. Some of these promotions will be going on for the duration of the month, maybe into the early part of December. Some of these promotions we're going to talk about will end by the end of tonight. So let's get started. First one I want to talk about is Kilohertz, and this one is free. It's the Essentials. Now, this is available both in rack extension format and VST format. If you're a Reason user, that's primarily what you use. I would go with the Reason format. However, if you go with the VST version, you get a few more plugins, and there are a lot of plugins here to choose from. Like we have EQs, bit crushers, channel mixers, choruses, comb filters, delays, compressors, distortions, dual delays, dynamics, ensembles, other filters, flangers, format filters, frequency shifters, gain, gates, Haas effects, ladder filters, limiters, nonlinear filters, phase distortions, phasers, pitch shifters, resonator, reverb, reverser, ring mod, stereo, tape stop, transient shaper, and transgate. So there is a lot here to work with. And mind you, this is all free. So, I have to just point out because there have been quite a few products as of late that have, tried to sell you on the idea if you buy these effects for a ridiculous price of, $300 or $200 right now if it's on sale, you can color your sound and make a dull sound not so dull. But why go there when you can get all of this for absolutely free? And you can, put these in format however you want to. If you have the Snap Heat, you can use that as well. You can also use this in conjunction with another product, which I am going to talk about. It's not free. However, it is very powerful. That is Phase Plant. Phase Plant is about $99 right now, and I don't own it, but it is a very powerful VST. You can do a lot with it from analog modeling, sample based synthesis, wavetable, granular, FM, and so forth. There is a lot with this plugin that you can do. And for right now, you can get into it for the very low price for $99. And what makes this unique is not only do you have all of these different, you know, techniques and ways of generating tones and creating sounds, but you can set up each synth engine in your own modular fashion. So you're not necessarily tied down to how you want to process those signals. You can kind of, put that together however you like it. I think that's really cool, especially for the price of $99. And I hate to say it, but there have been some products. I know I got some emails from some folks that were trying to sell some products for, undisclosed, unspecified amount, and you know, for all of what it was basically a wavetable synth with some extra features here and there, and you couldn't even buy it. You had to do a subscription. I'll talk more about that later. But, here you get a perpetual license, a very powerful synth for $99, and you can get that effects for absolutely free. And if you don't want to be bothered with this because you have enough sounds, you may just want the effects, which again are free. So that's that from Kilohertz. Now, next one, Arteria. They also have a sale. Arteria, in my opinion, doesn't disappoint. I do have Pigments. Took advantage of it when it first came out, and that was back in 2018, 2017, somewhere around there. And yeah, man, Pigments has grown to be quite the powerhouse of synthesizers. It has pretty much everything you need to make sounds. It has additive, it has wavetable, it has granular, it has sample based, it has your traditional analog sounding oscillators and some FM. And you can, one thing about Pigments is really nice is its layout. once you get used to it, the color scheme and whatnot, it really helps you to generate different tones. And it's not a lot that you can't do. In my opinion, it's like a cheaper alternative to Omnisphere if we're talking about just sheer flexibility of sounds. Now, there's also the effects collection, which is nice. They have a lot of different compressors and reverbs and different effects to add color to your sound in different ways. And some of those are modeled after real units and whatnot. And so you could check that out for the price of 199, $200. And if you're already an Arturia user, then you know you might be able to get this on a discount depending on what you already have. Also, there's the V Collection version 9 for half off. Instead of 600, it's 300. And this is a very nice collection as well. There's a boatload of different synthesizers and tones and whatnot. And a lot of the stuff is physical modeled or modeled after real hardware. So you can kind of capture the feel of an instrument without having to worry about taking care of a hardware instrument. You don't have to worry about something breaking. You can get that sound and take it with you in your laptop and yeah, go from there. And if you already are invested into Arteria's line of products, the price point here will be a lot cheaper. It will depend on what you already own from their product line. So I would take a look at that and see what they have available for you. It might be something worth picking up. So there's that. Now, on the other end, Plugin Boutique has a ridiculous amount of deals. There's just so many. And so, yeah, if you haven't already picked up the Micro Finisher for absolutely free, I would check that out because, again, it's free. If you're someone that doesn't have a lot of sound sources or things of that nature available to you, the Micro Finisher is definitely worth checking out. There's some of these other devices here. I have used some of these along the way. That one in particular, doing the demo, it's pretty good. Again, it's the upgraded version of the Micro Finisher. And yeah, man, and demo these and check them out. There's a lot for sale in Plugin Boutique. And keep in mind, if you spend money on anything in the Plugin Boutique, they have a couple of VSTs that you can also get for free as well. And those are definitely worth checking out. Also, I want to throw in and keep you up on the fact that uSynth from UJAM they have a free version, the Drive. It is free, so you can download this and set up an account with UJAM. And again, one thing about UJAM, pardon me for the mispronunciation, but one thing about this company that I appreciate is their approach to sound design. They purpose to make high quality instruments that sound really good, but they're easy to use, and they always seem to be, improving their product line. And yeah, man, they do good work. I actually had the privilege of being a part of a meeting where one of the representatives from the company did a presentation on some of the products, and I was really impressed by what they did. And yeah, you know these in particular, the uSynth product line is pretty good because it harnesses the power of different aspects of synthesis, and they put it in a in a container, so to speak, that makes it easy for you as the beat maker, producer, hobbyist, or whatever to make music without having to dive deeply into sound design. So it takes all the power of the FM wavetable, virtual analog, etc., all the different effects that you can utilize, and it's in a way, it's in a layout that's easy to use, so you don't get bogged down with all of the options and details. And you can just focus on finding a patch, fine tuning your sound, and then going from there. So yeah, man, check that out. It's free. And then some of the other products that they have are also on sale as well. The Deluxe, the 2080, these are all reduced in their prices. So yeah, man, you can demo these on their website, or you can just buy them. But I would get that because it's free, especially if you don't have any sounds. Now, moving forward, for all of my beat makers, sample-based producers, MPC heads, and things of that nature, Drum Broker, they have their sale going on, 50% off. And so they have There's stuff going on, which is cool. And they also have their Cyber Monday sale. I'm assuming that this one is the one you want to take advantage of, but I could be wrong. Try one of these codes in, put them in, and see what happens. They also have something in the free stuff section. So if you're on the fence about getting a product and you want to know like how they get down with their sounds, take a look at some of these free packs, download them, put them in your DAW, your FL Studio, your Ableton, your whatever you're using, MPC, put it in that, and see if you like it. In my opinion, the Drum Broker, they don't disappoint when it comes to sound, so I would check them out. Next is MG The Future. Now, he always has some really good deals, and again, sample based users, you know, if you're using a DAW machine, whatever, he's got some good promotions. Did a review on his product, a couple of his products, and man, I have to say I was very well pleased with what you get for what he does and the price point. It was really good. And right now, if you sign up, you can get 275 loops for free. I assume this is the Spicy Sundays collection, 275 loops. You should be able to get busy with that and do something. And for the most part, a lot of these kits are royalty free. So yeah, man, check them out, and go from there. At least take advantage of the 275 free loops again. And yeah, man, I like MG The Future. I like his stuff. He always does a very good job, in my opinion. Again, I talked about Plugin Boutique, Avenger. Now, this is another one I would recommend. It's definitely a powerhouse of a synthesizer. It's pretty much a do-all, one-stop shop synthesizer. It is kind of like the B-sides of the company who does Nexus. So where Nexus is a rompler, and in the recent years they've added more features and abilities for you to be able to work on and manipulate sounds. Avengers is kind of like the full-fledged synthesizer version where you can get your hands into all the different aspects of sound shaping and whatnot. And they got some good stuff in my opinion. I played with the demo. It sounds good. You can do FM, analog modeling, granular, sheesh, wavetable, additive. It's all there. And again, right now it's on sale for about 109. I will say I'm not sure what the expectation is around the product. So that is one thing I'm gonna just point out right out the gate to take note of. I've heard some people say in terms of the EULA and what you can do with the product, you may be limited. So that might be a kicker. However, if you're someone who knows how to build sounds from scratch, this thing does have a wavetable editor. So if you're a sound designer or an aspiring sound designer, you can use this to build your own patches. You could take your own samples, wavetables, and whatnot, and put this into that and then build sounds. So, this may be worth the money, depending on what your needs are and what that EULA is. This might not be a bad deal. All right. Last but not least, Reason. Reason has a sale. So, talking to some folks in the, public forum space when these, companies do their advertisement for different aspects of their products. Yeah, man, some people were complaining that they missed the promotional sale from Reason to get stuff cheaper. Reason, the upgrade from version 11 to 12 costs, $200 normally. But with this promotion deal, you can get it for 30% off. So if you were skeptical or on the fringes about, upgrading to version 12, you can now do it for $130 as opposed to, $200. That's a heck of a deal. I would take advantage of that. That's just me. Also, if you're someone who wants to look into the subscription, you can go the annual route and get 50% off and just pay, instead of paying the 200 and whatever it is bucks, you just pay half of that by using this coupon. Or if you just want to do month to month for 6 months, you can get 50% off of that. So not a bad deal. at all. And there's some goodies in the shop as well. Let's kind of go in and talk about some of those real quick, because there's some deals that you might want to take advantage of. Now I gotta wait on this thing to load up, so bear with me. So Chord Sequencer, I did a video on that a couple months ago, and it is on sale for 45 bucks. If you don't know about Chord Sequencer, I would check that out. It's another tool to generate chords. It's not the same as a scaler or an InstaScale, but it's kind of the same idea in that it can help you come up with chord progressions and whatnot. You can also take this thing and program your own chord progressions into it and then spit it out in a sequencer. You can use this in conjunction with the other players from Reason. So I would definitely check it out. And man, at least do the 30-day trial if you're on the fence. There are some really good plugins in here. Let's take a look at this. This is the Revolver. It is a refill from Reason, and this was based on the DSi Evolver. And what they did was somebody sampled, programmed the synthesizer from scratch, sampled that patch that they created, and then use that as the source material to create the refill in this device, which is pretty cool. So yeah, man, let's take a look at it. You get 1.63 gigabytes of sounds, 300 NN19 patches, over 300 NNXT patches, and over 112 combinator patches. So you're getting you're not getting the actual synth, but in a way you're getting a lot of the characteristics of that synthesizer that you can use in conjunction with Reason's products. And with the new effects and whatnot that are included in Reason, you can shape a lot of stuff in this product. So I think that's a good 15 bucks to spend your money on if you don't already have that. Some of these are very old, but that's okay. Here's the other one. This is Analog Monster 3. And again, you're getting real samples from the Andromeda, from Alesis, the Korg Monopoly, the MS-20, the Poly 800, Moog Prodigy, the Waldorf, Microwave XT, and so forth, and a lot of other synths. And again, look at the amount of content that you get. Over 260 combinator patches, almost 1,300 NNXT patches, over 600 NN19 patches, almost 7,000 multi-samples that you can use. So, I mean, there's a lot of content here. So, it's not like getting a plugin, but it's almost like getting a plugin, featuring these real, hardware recorded instruments. So, if you're a Reason user, you don't have this product, I would recommend it, because now you can have that sound palette in your Reason. So yeah, man, take a look at that. Here's one more I would suggest jumping on. It's right here. Shout out to Seth Nitty, because he put this on his video a couple months ago, and when I heard it, I had seen this in the store for a while, but when I heard it, I was very impressed. Now, this is it's like a fluctuator and noise generator. It's going to create movement in your sounds, kind of give it that lo-fi feel. And for granted, Reason has quite a few plugins that can do this out the gate. And there's some ways to do this without even using plugins. But one nice thing about this is, if you're not someone who wants to do all of that routing in the combinator and, set this up this way and set this up that way, this is a nice unit that you can use to really, add movement and ambience to your sound. And you can get into that lo-fi territory and create some really, really nice spaces with this plugin. It's pretty straightforward. You got your noise generator modulator, your LPG, your delays with a pitch shifter to get that shimmer effect. your reverb, and then you control everything with the output. It sounds really good. Like anything else, it's going to depend on how you use it and the sound sources that you use it on. But I would recommend getting this as an effects unit, especially if you're using Reason. So yeah, man, I would check that out. Definitely check that out. All right, so that's pretty much all I have for today. Get in on this stuff while you can. And if you don't, then hey, it'll be here the next time they do a Black Friday sale, because that's how that stuff usually goes. But yeah, man, thank you for watching this video. I'm Tim Keys. I am out. Peace.